Good evening. Welcome to the Bryan County Patriot Live. I'm Joey McWilliams. Thanks for watching tonight. Thanks as always for being a part of what is going on right here. This is our live streaming edition of the Bryan County Patriot, the Bryan County Patriot online news. We try to do things with a positive slant as often as we can. And I know that not all news is positive, but it is what it is. So we're trying to get that out there for you. And we want to talk about a few things. Obviously, we are living in interesting times, but I do want to remind everyone that we're going to be wise in what we do. We're going to be diligent in what we do. We're going to have discernment in what we do. We want to use discretion in what we do, but in everything that we do, we want to do it without fear. So please, in the interesting times in which we live, please don't fear. Don't be afraid. Okay, I do want to go ahead and lead tonight with what's happening within the state. According to the state information that has been given out in the state of Oklahoma, 49 tests are positive for the COVID-19 virus. 49 within the state of Oklahoma. That number has grown only 5 since yesterday's number, and it was an early morning number. I think today's number was closer to this afternoon. There have, again, still been none within the southeast quadrant. None within the southeast quadrant. 2 that were 0 to 4 years old, and 11 that were 65-year-old plus. And so that's something that's there. Reminding everyone really quickly, before we get into the main part of what we're talking about here for Bryan County, if you're experiencing symptoms of COVID-19, such as shortness of breath, coughing, or fever, please contact a healthcare provider for guidance or call 211. That's a new number. It's not 911. It's not 811 like you're trying to find the wires or whatever's buried around your house. Don't call OG&E about this. 211. To speak with a state medical professional. And as we talked about a couple of days ago, we talked to the folks at the Bryan County Health Department that if you do feel like you need to be tested, first contact your primary care provider. And if you don't have a primary care provider, then you can call the ER, but call ahead. Don't just wander down there. You need to call ahead and let them know that you're coming. All right. Well, we've been talking about local businesses and big businesses and small businesses and mid-size businesses. And specifically, we've been talking about restaurants. Well, yesterday, during our time with Don Hyde, did you like the time with Don Hyde? I mean, I really liked the time with Don Hyde. I definitely want to have him back. So let me know, comment. Let me know you want to hear from Don again. I know that pretty much everyone does, whether you comment or not. You just can't get enough Don Hyde. Seriously, you just can't get enough. Anyway, but we were talking about Roma, and we were talking about Roma Italian Restaurant in Durant. Now, I've been talking about all these restaurants and saying we need to go out and support them, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. I don't want to be one of those folks that says, hey, you go do this, and I'm going to sit around and do nothing. So tonight for dinner, we had Roma. We had the meal to go, and I actually went inside to pick it up. I didn't wait, although as I was leaving, I saw them delivering to someone in their truck sitting outside the restaurant. So we had the Roma meal to go, had the lasagna. Have to tell you, it was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Fed my whole family, including a daughter and 2 grandchildren that were over. Okay, one of the grandchildren is 4 months old, so he didn't eat a lot. But still, it fed everybody, and we have some for tomorrow, which I'm sure that no one's going to get to because I'll probably get to the fridge first. So support our local restaurants. There is a restaurant guide online as well as to what restaurants are not only open, but what they're doing, whether it be, you pick up your food at the door, delivery, dine in, phone in, things like that. There's a restaurant guide. The Durant Chamber of Commerce has that. And we are not yet at a point where our restaurants have taken away the dine-in opportunities or privileges. So keep that in mind. There are many of them that are still out there. We just need to be wise. Don't be afraid. Be wise in what you do. Families feeding families. Let me throw this up here really quickly. Families feeding families. That's the number that you call to speak to the folks at Families Feeding Families. If you know, or if you need a meal, or if you know someone who needs a meal, go ahead and text that address and quantity to that number. You can give them a call as well. That's the number for Families Feeding Families, 580-740-4646. 4277. And we have another interesting story coming up a little bit later on about a big meal and a presentation that's going to be happening tomorrow. You still have an opportunity to be involved in that in more ways than one. So that's coming up just a little bit later on. But right now, Families Feeding Families, I'm going to leave that number up there. Let's say it one more time, 580-740-4277. And that's if you need to be connected to Families Feeding Families. All right. Workout anytime. We need to be working out. Obviously, you can't have a body like that. Don't use this as an example for a body. Don't even use this at all. But lots of folks want a body that's a little bit better than this one, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I actually I need to work out a little bit more too. And one of the places in town that I know that they're taking care of folks really well. Workout Anytime. Rana has those folks doing well. And if you haven't met Rana yet, you need to meet her. Stop by Workout Anytime. They always have some kind of deal going to be able to join and be a part and use the facilities there. It's located on Main Street. But, one of the other things about Workout Anytime that I have always seen and I've always respected is the fact that they're constantly doing things for the community. Whether it's, putting together canned food drives or more. I really liked the step challenge honoring the first responders back on September 11th. That was really pretty cool to see that done, but they're always doing something for the community. So keep that in mind. Well, Workout Anytime, they're still open and they are sanitizing all the equipment constantly keeping those things taken care of for you and for whoever else that may want to come in and use that. And another thing about the Workout Anytime folks here in Durant is that some of the trainers that work for Rana here in Durant are putting together videos that the main Workout Anytime corporate office, I guess, they're putting on their YouTube channel. Folks from right here in Durant are being on the main Workout Anytime channel. So that's a good place to go by. Keep them in mind. Here's another thing that I thought was really pretty cool, and that's in this time, we don't want to forget about our animals. Now, we live in interesting times. We've talked about this before. We're traveling through uncharted waters, okay? Uncharted, not unchartered, okay? I hope that your waters are not having a lack of a constitution. Uncharted waters. Here we are in uncharted waters. Well, we're traveling through these uncharted waters, and our animals are too, and we want to take care of them. And, I know you go into the grocery store or wherever you want to go and buy your food. I know you always remember your animals, but there have been things that there have been a lack of in some places too. So keep that in mind. Well, hey, folks at Bryan Agra have you taken care of there. Daryl, I visited with him today and he was talking about the fact, look, they're going strong, have all the fertilizer, the stuff that you need for things in the spring. Well, guess what? They still have all the feed for your animals too. They have dog food too. And this is something right now, I thought this was really pretty cool. High Point Peak Performance Dog Food. High Point Peak Performance Dog Food, Golden Mini Chunk, a 40-pound bag for $12.99. And again, I'm not going to be one of those who says, do as I say and not as I, whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing or saying, I'm getting some. Okay. So I think that's a really good buy there. 40-pound bag of High Point Peak Performance Dog Food at Bryan Agra. So I'm going to go stop by and get some of that. Okay. Where are we now? We got to visit with Don Hyde yesterday. We're going to have a couple more interviews on, and I hope you do like these live broadcasts. We're just trying to, keep you informed of some things locally that are happening without going on too long and not wanting to keep you up all night. I still do invite you and encourage you to go to the Patriot website, BryanCountyPatriot.com. We're continuing with the obituaries and with all the other news that is out today. Had an interesting story today. We'll talk about that also a little bit later on. But we're going to have some more guests on and have another guest tomorrow. We're going to get to visit with Brent Gordon. And also on Monday, get to visit with Ronnie Walters. And I think you'll appreciate both of these interviews and what these guys have to talk about, because it definitely does have to do with the uncharted waters which we're navigating right now. We're charting those waters. That's what we're doing. Those waters are going to be so charted when we're done. They won't know what hit them. They'll be so charted. Okay. All right. Next up, I'm going to throw this one up here. And Well, I said I was going to throw that one up there. Let's find it again. How about this? There we go. How about that? All right. Now, if you watch a lot of YouTubers, and by the way, this is on YouTube and Facebook as well, but if you watch YouTubers, and I watch my share of them, I try to be one. You know, my kids watch YouTube all the time, and they'll talk about, oh, then this great YouTuber, and he did this and he did that, and I'll say, well, you know, your dad's a YouTuber. They're just really don't care. So, but some YouTubers, a lot of them will read things. I'm going to go ahead and read this, and it's on the Texoma Pandemic Partners, posted by Emily Hudgens. And I want to read this here. If you know an elderly person who may benefit from a free hot meal, okay, keep them in mind. You want to help out, making sure that this is accomplished. Well, here we go. Tomorrow, that is Saturday, Wu Yi, and I hope I pronounced your name correctly, from Asian Gourmet and his family have graciously donated time and resources to make sure that senior citizens in our area that may need a free hot meal may have access to one. Greg Phillips, State Farm insurance agent and a really good guy. He's partnered with Wu to ensure that this need is met by helping coordinate volunteers for this event. And so they're serving the elderly, okay? The menu, chicken fried rice and soup. That's the only thing on the menu, but it's going to be great. So that's something to look at there. To order, 3 options to order, okay? If you're an elderly person and you're listening, watching right now, thank you, by the way, who has not been ill and you feel able enough, you may come by Asian Gourmet between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. to pick up a meal. Dine in and congregating will not be allowed to ensure the safety of, your safety and the general public. 2, if you would like to designate someone you know to pick up a meal for you and that has not been ill or around ill people, they may come by and pick up a meal and take that to the person who's requesting it. 3, if you do not feel comfortable going out in public, some people don't, that's fine. If you do not have anyone to designate to pick up a meal for you and or you're simply not able, there will be volunteers to deliver food to your doorstep. And the priority is the health and wellness of keeping you safe and the volunteers as well. So to ensure the safety of those folks, the target population, those elderly folks who may be wanting a meal, and the volunteers will only be delivering meals to the front doors of homes and will not be going inside. Okay, so it's just one of those things. You need to email feeddurant@gmail.com with the name, address, and phone number. Okay, name, address, and phone number. And I believe it may be past time to pick that up. I know that the deadline was 8 o'clock tonight, so keep that in mind. Most folks I know are going to go by or send somebody by there tomorrow, and you can do that from 11 to 5. Those of you who are interested in volunteering, if you're interested in volunteering to be a driver, okay, then they ask that you sign up. If you're not an elderly person or an at-risk person or a person that's been around people who are sick right now, okay, they don't know how many drivers they're going to need. So, Emily will try to keep you updated. By the way, this post is on the Texoma Pandemic Partners Facebook page. So you can go there if you think I'm butchering this while I read it and try to summarize it. You're probably right. But just go ahead and keep that in mind. And if you can't be there to serve, well, share this post. Well, that's what I'm trying to do right now. So I want to share the post and get the word out there. So this could have a big impact for the folks in our community who may need a meal, specifically the elderly who need a hot, free meal. Again, this is put on by Asian Gourmet. Greg Phillips has also partnered with them to do that. The goal is to ensure that the elderly folks in our area are fed and healthy while keeping everyone healthy as well. So go ahead and check that out on the Texoma Pandemic Partners Facebook page. You can look at that there and know a little bit more about what's going on. That is tomorrow, 11 a.m. until 5. Okay, I think I've hit most of the things that was going to go over with you today. Now, I saw this one. Yahoo News was polite enough to bring this up. I'm going to go ahead and bring out the specs because I rock the specs. By the way, have you noticed the lighting? Is it better tonight? I think it's better tonight. Made a little bit of adjustment here in the studio. I think the lighting's a little bit better tonight. It's still not what I want it to be, but the lovely Mrs. Bryan County Patriot, I think she's happier with this than what it was. So anyway, and she wants me to use makeup, professional production makeup. The thing about it is, I mean, people who put makeup on and do this, you can use it for only so long. I go through makeup so quickly because there's just so much more to cover. But lighting is lighting, and it doesn't matter how much makeup I had on. The lighting was still bad, so that's all right. Anyway, yeah. Well, it's no glow tonight. All right, I'm pleased with that. Thank you. By the way, Ronnie Walters again. I talked about this. He's going to be on with me on Monday, so I think you're going to enjoy that. All right, rocking the specs now, so that we can get to this story. Yahoo News was wondering if you were having a problem in these uncharted waters that we are charting all the time because you just didn't understand the words around you. Just have no idea. You need a coronavirus glossary to figure out what's going on and get things on the news each night. Well, that may be fine, and I understand. There are some words that most of us aren't used to using that we don't use all the time. Okay, I'm fine with that. But see, if I bring this up, I want to get trying to make sure that I get the words out there for you. And I thought I had those words out there for you. They should be out there. We're going to pause just for a moment while I find those words there. Ah, there we are. So, these are some of the words that Yahoo believes that you don't know what they mean. Now, there were a lot of other words on there, but these are some of the words. The words go down: community spread. Okay, so I don't often use the phrase community spread, but I think it pretty much, it's self-explanatory. Containment strategies. And the definition here for containment strategies are strategies to contain something. We're working on this. Work with us, Yahoo. Okay, I know that we're flyover country here, but we do know what some of these words mean. Epidemic was one of the words that they didn't expect you to know what it meant. Now, Defense Production Act, President Trump has used that a few times. He's invoked that and now actually put it into play today. Okay, so that one was the new one to me. I don't think about the Defense Production Act very often. Looking through this a little bit more, epidemic, flattening the curve. I thought that was, I was just starting to curve out a little bit here, and I needed, Spanx or something. So I'm finding out that's not exactly what that means. Slowing the spread of the disease. Okay. Here we go. I can't say it. Immunocompromised. I'm just guessing that your immune system is compromised. Now, it's a wild stab in the dark. I know. But here's another one. How about this one? Isolation. Pandemic and isolation. Just in case you didn't know what isolation meant, Yahoo is there to make sure that you can survive in these COVID-19 times. Mitigation strategies. Strategies to mitigate something, right? To lessen it, keep it down. Outbreak. There we go. Outbreak. In case you didn't know what outbreak was. Well, hey, it's there. They're there for you. Quarantine. I realize I probably don't use quarantine very often in common everyday sentences, although the lovely Mrs. Patriot says that my conversation style is archaic on a regular basis, but still, just in case you didn't. And let's go down to this last one here really quickly. State of emergency. State of emergency. Going to take a stab in the dark here again. Okay. State of emergency. Actually, this one may have a little bit, government officials are allowed to bypass certain laws and, release funds into the general public that maybe they couldn't have before. There is one phrase that was completely new to me, and I had never used this phrase before, although why? I don't know, because we live in these times. Was there a phrase that was new to you? I'm going to tell you the one that was new to me. Was there anything that was new to you? Social distancing. Social distancing. I had never, ever used the phrase social distancing before. Now, it makes sense. I get it, keeping about 6 feet away, but I had never used that phrase before, so I don't know. All right, last thing here. Do you feel like you know more now? Do you feel like Yahoo News has helped you out and made your life a better place? I hope so. All right. From the fine folks at Green Spray. I don't know, my camera's, there we go. From the fine folks at Green Spray. I have 4 of these to give away because they wanted to go ahead and give some of these away. And there was a way to do this. And I thought this is really neat. Of course, we're on Facebook and we are on YouTube as well. The Patriot has a sister YouTube channel called Midwest Sports Net. Midwest Sports Net. So let me bring this up here for you really quickly here. And I can do this. There we go. Midwest Sports Net. If you've never seen this YouTube channel before, look at that YouTube channel. And here's how you get in the drawing to win 4 of these. I have 4 of these to give away from Green Spray. So to be in the drawing, you need to subscribe to the Midwest Sports Net YouTube channel. Okay. And then screenshot a picture that you are subscribed and email that screenshot and your name to Joey at BryanCountyPatriot.com. Okay. Joey at BryanCountyPatriot.com. So let me go ahead and take down. Do you see this here? Okay. Midwest Sports Net. Screenshot that you are subscribed and you have subscribed to MidwestSports.net or to the Midwest Sports Net YouTube channel and your name. Email it then to Joey at BryanCountyPatriot.com. Joey at BryanCountyPatriot.com. You will be in the drawing for 4 of these. 4 of these. That's right. I have 1 of them in my hand right now. So there you go. Just something fun. And I know there's not that much of it to go around right now. It seems like that. We're just having fun. So we just wanted to do something fun. Thank you, Angie, for that. So that drawing will be at the first part of next week. So you have some time and tell a friend, subscribe to the MidwestSports.net YouTube channel, screenshot a picture that you're subscribed, and email that and your name to Joey at, there it is, Joey at BryanCountyPatriot.com. All right. Final words in closing then. Thanks for watching first. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate living in this town and in this county and in this community. I think that you're wonderful people. And every day I get to meet someone else who is a wonderful person. And I don't say that lightly. And, I'm one of those people, I mean what I say. And I'm very deliberate in how I speak. Maybe that's why my conversation style is archaic. Sorry about that, the lovely Mrs. Patriot, but it's just the way it is. And because I am deliberate in that, I want to let you know you are important. Your business is important. Your job is important. Your family is important. You are important. And so I want to have a little fun, at night around 9:30 or so. We may change the time as we go on. But the important thing is that, we need to be wise in what we do. We need to use discretion with what we do. And we need to do what we do without fear. There are so many people out there that are working hard for us right now. And there are so many people out there that are praying for each one of us right now. And there are so many people out there who are doing both. They're working hard and they're praying. And so, man, I just want to speak a blessing over you guys tonight. Say thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the time here. And we want to smile a little bit and have a little fun. I know we're going to make it. I know we're going to be all right. So don't walk in fear. All right? Let me know if there's something you want me to talk about as well. If there's something interesting happening where you are. I was informed about a couple of things today because I received messages on Facebook and I got emails. So let me know if there's something that you would like for me to talk about. In the meantime, God bless you all. Thanks again. We're going to speak with Brent Gordon a little later on, Ronnie Walters into next week, and we're going to have fun doing it. God bless you. Have a great night.